All right, hello everybody. Welcome. This is Cartoonery Cast episode number 6, I think. Yes, number 6. Don't quote me on that though. I think it's number 6. My name is Andre Vernot. With me as always is Zozane, and we have KatonaDragon and Feather Mage. And today we have a super special guest for you guys. It's Mercedes Lewis, VO. You might know her from such things as Blackwind and Blackwind. And also Blackwind. Hi, welcome, Mercedes.
Hey.
What's up?
No, I really liked Blackwind, but I wasn't quite sure how I felt about Blackwind. Is that
The
normal?
last Blackwind, though. I don't know about that one.
I think that was a remake. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so Mercedes, tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah. My name is Mercedes Lewis. I am a voice actor. I'm also now a Twitch streamer. Do a lot of YouTube content as well.
Wow, that's fantastic. So tell us a little bit about Blackwind.
Oh my God. You're like, let's get to the good stuff, please.
Yeah.
What about you? So Blackwind is actually a multi-console video game that is coming out Q4 2021. So sometime by the end of this year, we are going to be getting a date. It's available on Steam and PlayStation wishlist right now, so that even though we don't have a date for it, you can still wishlist it and it will notify you when it goes live. But I'm pretty much, do you want me to just read the description? Because that's like the best thing is like that description that they have for
The
it.
description? No, I want you to take it from your own brain,
Yeah.
your own recesses of your brain. Let's not read any of that stuff, because as we know, who wants to read
Right now on
copy?
Steam?
Who wants to read copy? So it is a sci-fi video game pretty much, and it stars the two main characters. You have Jimmy Hawkins, who is a young boy that gets stuck. I say stuck, but he gets locked in a suit, and I actually voice Blackwind AI, the suit that he gets locked into. His father throws him into it to protect him from this devastating accident that's occurring. And next thing you know, he and the AI suit wake up on this land, and he has to find his way back to see if his father is still alive after the crash that they had on the spaceship that they were on. So the game is pretty much you're interacting with these alien species. I also voice the queen of those species.
Oh, damn.
And yes, I love it. And then you also have actual NPC characters throughout that aren't the aliens, and I voice one of those NPCs as well, and her name is Private Jackson. And
So
she's...
It sounds to me like you just voice all the female characters in this game.
I do, but there's only 3. So
wow.
yeah.
Sounds like we need more representation. That's what it sounds like. And by we, I mean women.
Queen in the chat. Don't disrespect her. She's a queen.
No, let me tell you about it. Listen, Mercedes and I go. I don't want to say way back, but we go slightly back. And throughout this time, Mercedes, I've always had to treat her like a queen, right? Because if I don't, behind closed doors, Mercedes, she makes me lick her boot, right? If I don't
see, this is what he comes into my Twitch streams and says this stuff, and I'm like, where are you getting? What you are making people scared of me? I do not treat you like that. You know it. You know it.
Absolutely not.
I got your back. You know I got your back.
Absolutely, my queen. Of course. Yes.
Oh,
whatever
Andre
you say
out
is
here
how it
just
is.
like literally putting out that he's a sub.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm the sub. That's right.
I don't know if I want to say I'm a dom, so I'm just gonna be like, okay. You do your thing, boo.
It's a big thing in the kink community that you can't push your kinks on other people, Andre. You gotta understand that.
Listen, no one's pushing anything, okay? Wink. All right. Now,
Wow.
How's it feel to be a queen, Mercedes?
It feels very interesting in this very moment, I can tell you that.
Interesting.
But,
That's a really great word to describe it.
I don't think that you have any back end knowledge, because voice actors sometimes just get things line by line. But Jimmy Hawkins, were they inspired by Treasure Planet or Titan?
Who the hell's Jimmy
like the
Hawkins?
It sounds
Treasure
suspiciously like Treasure
that's
Planet.
the name of the character from Blackwind.
From Blackwind? Oh.
Yeah, it's Jimmy.
Okay, I'm sorry. I haven't played it. I haven't gotten the chance to play it yet. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I know
Wow,
it's Treasure Planet, but I do understand that Treasure Planet is based off of the book Treasure Island, which has Jim Hawkins in it as well. Regardless, sci-fi, they match.
The voice actor for Jimmy, Greg Arnold, honestly, that was a comment that he actually made, and it was never told to us what the inspiration was from, but the coincidence of that is amazing. So Could
Is
it
it a
be?
coincidence?
Maybe.
Who
Maybe.
knows?
Is it a coincidence? Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe.
Game
Find
isn't
out.
even out, and we've got conspiracy theories
We
going.
should, yeah,
There
let's
you go,
start
then.
this. Let's start posting this on Twitter.
There you go.
Post it all over Twitter.
Dear
I love it.
Reddit, Blackwind Online is just a copy Treasure Island. You're not
Question
fooling
mark.
anybody.
Yeah.
That's like an M version of it where they slaughter things. Yeah.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to settle down here because now Mercedes has to do her job and advocate for this game, and we're just taking pot shots at it just right off the
Hey,
bat.
they say there is no such thing as bad
The
publicity.
bad publicity.
That's what politicians say
I-
that.
Well,
I love Treasure Planet, so this has my curiosity when I heard his name was Jim.
Yo, Treasure Planet
Yeah, as
slaps.
soon as I heard that, I was just like, is the Goo Goo Dolls gonna be on this soundtrack? Like, what's up?
Yeah. What about Kermit? Is Kermit and Friends gonna be in it? Like the Muppets at Treasure Island?
That's to be seen.
That was
Wow.
the best Treasure Island, and you can't change my mind.
That's great. That's great. Well, Mercedes. So have you? The game's not out yet, right? Is it? Is it out?
no.
It's not.
By the time this comes out, is it
First-
out? Future Mercedes.
Future Mercedes hopes it would be by the time this comes out. But
Okay.
It
Maybe
says
not.
Q4 2021, so I am not optimistic.
Q4. Okay.
That's
So
like October.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
so we're thinking November. Like we're doing a bet where it's
Right.
like maybe November, but
So-
we have no clue.
But the way that games and especially indie projects actually end up going is usually like that means like 2023 Q4.
Yeah.
If
I
Breath
would
of the
say that-
Wild is
Nah.
anything to
Mm-mm.
contest.
Not this game.
While
no.
we
Did you
were
say
sitting here,
wood?
I looked it up on Steam. Like some of these creatures look real cool. I was not expecting the graphics that we're getting here. They're shiny shit. They're shooting stuff. I'm about it.
Yes, it's definitely a slasher game. It's
Oh, like a hack
gonna
and
be a lot
slash?
of fun. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun to play.
Or
and
like
they-
a slasher
it's-
game, like Jason Voorhees.
No, a hack and
That's
slash
a-
definitely.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've had a glass of wine already, so like we're in here. You know what
Oh
they
my
say?
Lanta.
It's 5
Do I need to
o'clock
be your
somewhere,
DD?
yo. No, dude, I'm
Do I
at
need to be-
home. I'm at home because COVID, and we
You're at
can
home.
we can
Yeah.
now drink and do whatever we want from the comfort of our own home because that's the landscape's like now.
Isn't it 5 o'clock by you now?
Yes, that's what I was going to say. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and that somewhere is the Pacific West Coast.
It's you, yes.
Drunk. Don't argue with him.
I'm
Just
not
ask for
drunk,
social security
alright?
number
He's
and mother's
one
maiden
glass
name.
in.
Yeah, dude.
Right now, all that matters is that you're safe. Okay, the mom in me is like, all that matters is that you're home, you're safe. And
I
you're
mean,
having
no
a good
one's
time.
safe if you really think about it. We have this false sense of security, but when you really think about it, like fucking the bombs could go off any moment, you know? Or with the gun violence in this country. I'm sorry, Mercedes. So let's talk about your career a little bit.
Oh my god.
Yes, let's talk
You
about
gotta
the career.
take
What do you want to know?
Yo.
What's your stream like? What games have you been playing lately on it?
So I'm a variety streamer. I do horror Wednesdays, I do classic PlayStation 1 Thursdays, and Final Fantasy Fridays.
As far as like the streaming, do you do any games or things like that on your stream with your guests?
Normally, I only do those for special events. Most of the time, when I am streaming, it's pretty much I'm creating content that's going to be posted on the VODs are going to be used for YouTube to show like playthrough of my experience if it's a game I've never played it before. But I do special events where we do participations and things like that. But that is not as frequent yet. It really just depends on the growth of the channel. If the channel continues to grow in a significant manner, then you bet there's going to be more things implemented into it. But right now, it's just 3 days a week, sometimes off cam. And the off cam is when we do like the ghost hunting and things like that, or community night Among Us, things like that. I definitely love to have a spoopy time. I tell my friends and family I'm all about those ghosties. As the channel grows, what I do grows. So it's not often right now, but it's not that it won't be in the future. It's just the future. We're just going to see where it goes with it.
Wow.
I've been seeing some things on social media lately about a lot of streamers getting bombed by people coming in and DDoSing and all that. Have you experienced any of that, or are people just like freaking out over not terribly much?
So I can actually go into that because I know a little bit about it. I can tell you based on what I've educated myself on and what's happening. So there are things called hate raids. that are happening to streamers. And what that is that these hate raids come in and they completely like they can dox you, they can get your personal IP address information. It's very dangerous. They harass you, things like that. The closest to that I have received so far is that there are hate bots as a result of these hate raids that exist that will follow everybody. And I have now a protection on top of my stream where it has banned all the known bots ever to exist on the Twitch platform. And then any new bots, people constantly post on Twitter and Reddit, and even Twitch posts about it for you to be aware and to be conscious and ban them, but not by actually physically using your mouse or your finger to click. You have to like type in /ban and then the name, because if you click on it, they take your information. Do they normally do anything with that information? No. But can they? Yes.
What do they get? Like your
So-
Soch?
No, your IP address. So like they can dox you.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. So what I actually participated in it, but there was an event called A Day Off Twitch, and it's okay if streamers don't participate in it. Some streamers don't have the luxury to say, you know what, this is my usual day. I'm just gonna take a day off.
Yeah, dude. It's like spare the
I-
air, you know? Spare the air day. Like, don't drive your car. But, bro, I got to go to work. Got to make that money.
Yeah, so anybody that had to stream on that day, you know, that's kudos to them. I don't get offended with that. I just participated in it because I was able to have the flexibility to move my Wednesday stream to Tuesday. But what ended up happening was the fact that there were so many people off Twitch, including actual viewers, that it alerted Twitch, and Twitch sent us all an email saying that they're going to do what they can to create a new tool that's going to target these hate raids, but they're not able to give us any more information on what this tool is and how they're creating it, that they've been working on for quite some time apparently, because they said that if they were to give us any more explanations of what the tool is going to do, that it, of course, is going to alert the people that are in control of the hate bots and things like that. And so that for the protection of all of us and for them, they're not going to give us any information as to when. But then they're also like, well, we also have classes to teach you on how to protect yourself until that tool is out. So here's a class coming
It's
up.
like
Yeah.
it's like a self-defense class, but just for the internet.
I know it's just a sad thing that it's come to, but I'm glad that some measures are being taken. But is it enough? I don't know. But like I said, the closest thing for being I'm considered a small streamer right now, and the closest thing to it is the fact that the hate bot did follow my account to possibly target me in the future. But we and my mods, we are all informed, we are all aware of the situation, and we all ban particular bots that we know that have, and normally it's the same name. It's like HOSS00312, and anything like __, period, anything after that, it's normally going to be a bot, because the name itself was actually stolen from a streamer and they're getting harassed. So the HOSS00312, that itself is actually a streamer's real name. That's a real person. But anything that has an underscore or asterisk or anything after that name is going to be a bot, and you need to /ban it, like type it out, don't click on it if you see it in your chat. So it's unfortunately, it's something that we are all dealing with. I get probably followed by one of those hate bots every other day right now. It's been on a rampage.
Wow.
So-
It's
would be-
insane.
Yeah.
What- Like, I thought people were just being dramatic on TikTok. I guess
No, they're just trying to bring awareness to how bad it's going to get. And the reason why it got bad, you guys, is because they added more categories to what you can put on your streams. Like they added mental health. I think they added, I could be completely wrong about this, but I think that they allow you to add what your ethnicity is, I think. And so
Wait, why would they want you to add
because-
that? Why would you want to add that?
well, I don't, but I think that's what they added. And there's like, but the mental health one, I think, was the biggest one that they added, that suddenly, because they added more categories, all of a sudden these bots just became like frequent, and they were able to target specifically people with that. All I do on my streams is I'm very basic with my tags, because you tag your streams on what your viewers can and cannot do. And if they don't abide by the tags, then they can get banned or timed out, like vice versa, depending on the severity.
Right.
I do no backseating for any games that I've never played before, and no spoilers.
No backseating.
You know, Yeah, like I don't want people to help me unless I ask for help. Like if they're like, "Do you
Right.
need help?" and I say yes, but I don't like people saying, "Oh, I can't wait for you to experience this boss." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Really?
dude.
That's a spoiler first of all, and you're like, let me play the game." But like I said, that's only for games that I've never experienced before. If it's a game I've played, yeah, go ahead, backseat. Let's hang out, let's chill. But there are certain games like Resident Evil Village where I was like, no backseating, no spoilers.
Right.
I do put that it's English because we have an English only chat because we're not able to track anything inappropriate if it's not English. And unfortunately, I've had one of my other small streamer friends that was verbally attacked in Spanish that I had to go in there and mod for them and take care of that issue. Like there's just a lot that's involved with Twitch streaming, and I'm actually teaching a class on it because it's so involved and there's so much going on with Twitch that
You're
you
teaching
don't
a
realize
class
you
on
have
it.
to know. Yeah, I'm going to be teaching a class on it actually
Really?
tomorrow or
On
in the
Twitch?
future. In the future, this is probably I don't know when, but yeah, on Twitch itself live, I'm going to be
Oh
teaching
my
about an
God.
intro to Twitch. Yeah.
Amazing.
So
That's
yeah,
amazing.
so,
You're gonna need to send me that because I'm considering doing one of those things, and
You
it's a lot more than
I
you think. Like, oh, I'm just gonna go play video games. No, it's not.
No, it's
Not.
more than that. I agree. But yeah, I could use that also as well. But quick question.
Yeah.
I've never. Let's just say I came across one of these bots. So you said type in the chat /ban. Do I write the bot's name?
You do,
Is that how
you
that
do. You then press space, and then you do the @ symbol. It's almost like if you're about to tag somebody on a social media, and then you type in their name. Normally, it pops up if you're on the computer itself. It'll pop up automatically because they automatically show up because quote unquote they're still in your chat. When it's on your cell phone, though, it gets a little bit trickier. It doesn't always pop up, I notice, and so you have to manually do the @ and then whatever the bot is. You will also get bots that'll say "want to be famous" that you have to ban out of your chat if you don't put a link. Like if you don't put that protection where people are not allowed to put links and stuff in your chat, and they link whatever it is that they're like wanting you to be famous for, they can once again steal your information. Yeah.
Do you ever
So
get
there's a
the
lot of
bots that say like, "Hi, I just moved to your neighborhood. Go to this website, hotspank.com."
no. Have you?
Well, that
Like
was-
I don't. Is that a thing on Twitch?
I don't
would
know.
be
No, probably
surprised.
not Twitch. I don't know about Twitch.
Not
All over
Twitch,
everything
but
else, though.
the biggest
Yeah.
thing is the hate bots and the do you want to be famous? Those are the only two
See,
that
I'm
I
talking
have
about
only on small-
love bots. That's what we're talking about.
Love bots?
Love bots.
I used to watch a lot of art streamers on Twitch, and they're very interactive people. They're very nice because most of the time when I watch art streamers and they find out, oh, you're an artist, could you link me some of your arts? And I'm just thinking, oh no, what if the bots got in there? Because that's how I know how some Twitch streamers connect. Like they show each other art on each other's streams.
Yes, yes. So the streamer normally they will allow their mods and themselves to like I don't have I think I have mine restricted. I have to double check because it's been a while since I've done all the updates and stuff to secure my account, but I believe my chat is if you are just a follower or a subscriber, you can't just link whatever you want. It can only be the mods and myself. But we do encourage that if they want to, private message the mod or myself during the stream, they can send us the link and we'll pull it up. But we do pull it up on a separate screen first and have it muted depending on just to make sure that it's nothing that would get us in trouble for, of course. But I always encourage and lift people up on my stream if they come in there. The only time it gets a little tricky is you have to be careful with certain individuals that you don't really know about, that you have to be like, listen, you can't promote that type of stuff in here. Artwork is totally different. I always encourage that. I always want to check it out. I'm like, well, can we see? Like, can we look? Same thing goes for like certain songs if it's original, things like that. But then sometimes when you have streamers come in, because streamers are supporting streamers on Twitch, right? They're come onto this platform. We're all supporting each other. We're all helping each other because it's a community. It's not just about us. We are part of a community and we all help each other grow, and we merge our communities and we merge our followers together. And from there, like everybody knows everybody kind of thing. It's like a network, right? But there are certain individuals that will pop in that we don't know who they are, that are not a part of the network, that they'll be like, well, they'll start talking poorly about other people. And you're like, listen, can you private message me? I normally when somebody tries to bring in drama, because I don't like that on my streams. We're just chilling, we're just having a good time. I will tell them, hey, if you're having a hard time, just message me privately and I'll get to you after the stream. Like, because I don't like when people bring that publicly and start bashing other people and things like that. So
Oh, well, what kind of stuff do they start talking about that you're like, you talk to me after this?
Well, there are a lot of, unfortunately, especially right now, and I completely understand, is there's a lot of mental health issues going on right now. Like, I've had people that are like, I don't know how I get up,
Oh my
you know,
goodness.
and so I'll tell them, listen, please talk to me afterwards. Like,
Oh, okay.
we can't do that here though, because the thing is that I'm not a professional. I will recommend a professional. I'm not going to give advice that could be detrimental to somebody, that, you know what I mean? So like, I will tell them that in private. I'm a very private person, so I respect people's privacy, and I don't want to say out loud to make them embarrassed, do this, you know?
Yeah.
And so I'm very respectful of people and their space and privacy and things like that. I don't believe in airing people's laundry, and that's just not my
Right.
thing. I want people to feel comfortable going to me and feel like they have a safe place to, like, if they need to vent, they can vent. But if it's beyond what I can help them with, and it's a little bit, you know, it gets really scary sometimes, you have to take that next step and say, well, this is actually beyond what I can do. This is what I would recommend to you. Like, you know, don't be afraid to seek professional help.
Absolutely.
And have some, but that is unfortunately some of the stuff that will come onto the stream, because when viewers come on, not all viewers are there to be entertained. Some of them just need somebody to listen to them and help them through something that they're going through that's really difficult. So but we have to be very careful with that, with what we allow seen in our public chats, because it could be very triggering, and it could cause a lot of issues, and it could really, like, people will drop off and they will stop watching because it becomes too much. And so that's why we have like a certain policy, and we even have safe words that we'll use in our streams to each other, like as between mods and streamers. Where
Pineapple?
actually, one time I said
Kumquat.
pickle.
Pickle. Okay.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
it changes. So
you.
like, so even if you were to think, oh, she's gonna say pickle, that means that, no, it changes all the time. We do that on purpose, but we do have safe
Right.
words where if it becomes really dangerous in chat, we will say a word and our mods will get on it.
Okay. But what if you just happen to be talking about, like, oh man, I had a really nice pickle sandwich, and then the mod goes, oh, red alert, red alert.
It's context.
They
It's
have,
context.
well, it is, but they also will also ask me, like, I have my phone on me during stream.
Oh, okay.
And they will message me on one of my social medias, and I'll tell them yes or no.
So
I've only had to one time ever say that so far, thank goodness. Out of I've been doing the Twitch streaming since May, so I've been very blessed not having too many issues. But
now,
I've had to do it once though. So
now I understand that the Twitch streaming is sort of a means to an end. I want to talk a little bit more about your VO career, right?
Yes.
I'm
yeah. What do you want to know?
So I'm not mistaken in that's like sort of the goal here, right?
The voice acting? Yeah. Well,
right?
there's a goal, but they go hand in hand. There's a reason why I started Twitch streaming as well, because my passion and dreams they revolve around video games, and that's where I want my So a lot of what I want to do, a lot of my passions, everything that I love is because of video games. And so my goal was to eventually build my Twitch platform up to where I can stream games that I actually voice in.
What's your favorite video game?
My favorite is Final Fantasy VII Original.
Okay, which one is that? Is that the one on the Super Nintendo?
PlayStation 1.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. That's the one with that's Cloud, right? That's Cloud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sephiroth.
I am like the biggest Sephiroth fan. So.
Oh yeah, I know. We know. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
I have no shame. I definitely air that out. I'm like, Sephiroth life is life.
No, Mercedes. I agree. Sephiroth is a very fine looking angel, man.
Yes, that
Mercedes. Look what you're doing to Kat. Look at the effect you're having on this impressionable.
I'm sorry, Kat. Like. It's Sephiroth. It's not me.
I agree. I agree. It's Sephiroth. He's a pretty angel.
Mercedes, look! Stop! Look what you're doing!
I like pretty angels, okay?
That was like this before. Happy. I think she mentioned it in one of the other streams, honestly.
I like him, okay?
Listen, me too. Me too.
So you're more pointed towards video games than anything else, right? Voiceover wise,
Character work, yeah.
character
For
work in
sure.
video games
Yes.
specifically.
That's where I want to be, but it is also one of the most competitive.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm also very realistic in my expectations, and I'm not going to, it's not the end of the world if I don't land certain roles, because I know how competitive the field is when it comes to those roles.
Oh yeah.
Or roles, excuse me. I'm saying
I mean,
roles,
you're
my
already
bad.
in one, so like, look at you go.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Isn't that
That was
crazy?
that's a big milestone, and
It-
I only want it to continue to improve, and I only, it's just it you have to take every opportunity, because that opportunity came out of nowhere because of a decision I made from like a year ago, almost. I think it's been a year
Isn't
now.
it crazy
but
how that works?
yeah,
So many people who I know in the industry, when things work out for them, it's not like when they're hustling at certain things. It's things that come back from the past. Things that exactly what you
yeah,
said. I did
we
this a
planted
year
those
ago.
seeds.
I did this a year
Mhm.
ago and thought it was a lost cause because nothing came of it. A year later, or like 9 months later, I got a message from these people who I auditioned
Mhm.
for way before, and I didn't even remember, and then that's when they land a role or they get called back for something else, or whatever it may be, agents,
Well,
whatever it is.
that is my biggest story that I tell right now, that another video game that I have coming out that I voice multiple roles in is Clunky Hero. It also comes out at the end of this year. We don't have a date on that. That's available on Steam.
Yeah,
but
2023,
Clunky Hero,
everybody, Q4 2023.
yeah, no, I think it's a little bit further than that. But this game, I had auditioned for the developer's other game, Encodia. That's the one that our buddy Greg got into. And
Greg
yes,
Armstrong.
that audition for Encodia, I think, was like 9 characters. And I auditioned for more than half of them. Like, and
Wow.
every character I auditioned for had a different voice. So the purpose of it was to show my range. Well, I didn't get the role for that game, but and I was like, darn it, that looked so cool. But a year later, I got the email saying, do you want to do these roles? And the email and the message was so unexpected. It was one of the craziest experiences I've ever had, but it was because of my auditions from previously that showed that I had range, that I could do different voices and accents and different characters without sounding the same. They were able to trust me to take on certain roles as a result of that. And they're like, because of those auditions that I did a year previously. And I tell people, when you audition, that is your calling card as well, not just your demo, but when you audition, that is you showing them who you are in that moment. And yes, we all improve, we all get better as we go throughout this voice acting journey. But in the moments that we're auditioning, you always want to make sure that you give it 200%, that you're going to give them the product that they're going to pay you for, ultimately, is in that audition. And that's what I did with that. And then Clunky Hero came. So a lot of great things happen when you give it your all, even when you think that it's for nothing, because there are times where you get discouraged. But that's a story that I share with everyone, because I want to remind people that it's not an overnight success. It's not going to happen overnight. If it does, wow, that's amazing. Congrats. But, there are some of us that, it's going to take us a while. And, because of circumstances, I live in South Carolina. It's very difficult for me to have opportunities versus somebody that lives in California or Texas or New York. And so I have to fight in a different way for things than I would if I was in locations where I can physically possibly go to a studio. The closest studio that I am to, though, is Atlanta, Georgia. But the thing is that it just makes it more difficult. But despite my circumstances, I still find a way. And you make a name for yourself with your brand or your business or however you want to represent yourself. I represent myself in voice acting as a brand, and not just me. Like, it's not just Mercedes Lewis, it's Mercedes Lewis voiceovers, like, colorful, fun, friendly. I have a logo that's actually similar. It was inspired by Final Fantasy X's logo.
Oh my God.
So I have the rainbow mic, and then my turquoise teal hair that I had at the time coming off of it, and it looks like Yuna's dress almost. Not quite the same, but it's just an inspiration to show my love for Final Fantasy, is where I got that logo. And so, because Final Fantasy is the reason why I got into voice acting, Final Fantasy VII Remake was the reason why I got into voice acting, and that's also why I love to stream, because I love streaming Final Fantasy. So all of it goes hand in hand. All of it, there's a reason for all of it. But I tell people, you know, there are going to be times where you go into voice acting and you really don't know anything, and you got to be patient with yourself and just give yourself the time to learn and continue to grow. And don't rush the process, because when you're not ready and if you're given a really big opportunity and you fall flat in your face, it's like you may not get that opportunity for a while or ever again. And so I tell people, be patient with yourself, allow yourself to be trained, and get ready for the big stuff. Because I consider Blackwing getting me ready for something even bigger. You know, like because my
absolutely.
goal is AAA. That is not the end game for me, but that is one of my biggest goals, is voicing in a Square Enix AAA video game. And
Right.
so I consider every game like Clunky Hero, Blackwing, all of those indie projects that I absolutely adore. Everything that I've ever done up until this point, I consider it preparation.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And the failures too, or just the things you don't get cast for.
Yeah.
Like those are
Yeah.
all preparation. You know, you have to see it that
Rejection.
way.
Yeah.
You have to see it that way, otherwise you just won't last in the industry. You know, because it's all about mindset. I mean, not to sound like a business major, but you know, like it's really is. It truly is. It's like, how do you see a situation? You know, how do you react? Because you know, the thing is, you can't control most things, but you can control how you see them and how you react to them.
Correct, because you know, something can make our blood boil, but do we lash out or do we be classy about it? You know, we're always, and I hate to say it like this, but we are always being watched, especially as actors.
Oh yeah, I mean the government. Are you kidding me? Constantly.
That's
Do you
because she said as
think you have
actors.
privacy
As actors,
as humans? I mean, do you think that when you're going to
Yeah,
the bathroom
no
that no one
privacy.
can see
We-
you?
we've lost
Oh,
him.
ha! You're crazy.
Oh no! Get back here, Andre. Get back over here. Take another sip of wine for me. I'll get you. I'll get cozy.
No, I'm out. You know, I no more.
You're
I gotta
out,
wait
you're out, you're
until
done.
we're having my roommate's having a party in like a couple hours. I gotta wait until the wine's cracked open there.
Oh my Lanta. Oh my
Your
Lanta. But
dream
you know
role,
what?
like,
You
if
know.
you could go back in time and steal any role from anybody, what would it be?
Oh. Oof.
But you
Oof.
also have to kill them in order to steal it.
No.
Then I wouldn't. Ain't nobody dying on my watch. It would definitely. See, that's a tough one, because I am content with the roles that are taken, because I'm like, that's not me.
Okay, pretend they're remaking it then, and they need new voice actors because all of the old voice actors died because Andre went back in time and killed
No,
them.
because no. That's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. Can we keep it within the realm of reality, please, Feather? Thank you.
It's getting more complex.
Here's the thing. How about I counteract that with, if they make a remake of a game that never had voice acting, what would I voice?
Okay, yeah, let's say that.
Say any role, because like
I would probably voice Princess Dagger from Final Fantasy IX.
Chelsea Dagger?
Princess.
Kelsey Grammer?
No. Do you guys
Wayne
not
Knight?
know who? It's okay. It's okay if y'all don't know,
Oh,
but
nuts.
it's all good. It's all good. But Princess Dagger is one of the main protagonists in Final Fantasy IX.
That's the one Mario has to rescue from the turtle, right?
Yeah. And then it turns out to be a giant lizard at the end, right?
Well, who, the princess?
Yeah.
Princess Dagger?
I'm not sure.
I think there might have been drugs in his wine. I'm not sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's called alcohol, you silly.
Be like hallucinogenic.
I know that like the war on drugs likes to say things like alcohol and drugs, separating them like they're two different things, but they're literally the same.
You both think you do dumb things.
Yeah.
All right, guys, can we get back to
One's
Mercedes,
legal.
please? Why do we keep talking about fucking drinking wine? Come on, guys.
Feather's fault. I blame
I was
her.
gonna say, I had a funny story about the bathroom thing.
Go ahead.
Because I was at a con, as you know, I was the My Hero Academia actors were there. I told you about this con, and I was sitting down and watching them, like, you know, have a Q&A, and one of the voice actors, who was it? It was the one that voices Dobby. He was going a story like, there was this musician or rock star that I liked, and I saw him going to the bathroom, and he went in to follow him into the bathroom and grabbed his
A
hand.
rock star?
Yeah, rock star. It was
Who?
a musician. It was someone. I don't remember who. I could probably find it.
Dave Grohl?
No.
Billy Joe Armstrong?
Breakneck speed.
Anyway, point is, the voice actor grabs his arm and he says, just as he's about to go in, the guy is about to go into the bathroom still. And he says, "I like your music, man."
Damn.
And he lets him go to the bathroom in the end.
And the guy and
Wow.
the rock star goes, "Hey, let go of me, mate! I'm trying to take a piss here."
Yes.
Mercedes, you've gotten to go to a couple cons as a guest, no less.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
that's
a privilege.
You didn't have
too,
to pay to get into these things. In fact,
No.
they pay you, right?
Depending on your contract. Yes.
Okay.
Depending.
Okay. So some of them
every-
stiff you.
Not necessarily. If you make a certain amount, then they don't need to pay you a certain amount. If you don't make a certain amount, they pay you a certain amount.
Okay, so this
You
is like being a
create-
waitress and getting tips.
No, normally this is how it should be. I'm a little bit different because I'm doing things a little backwards, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe other people have done this. I don't know. Most actors that are guests have what's called a booking agent, and the booking agent will create a contract between them and the convention owners, creating a payment plan for the actor and what's going to be compensated, what's going to be covered, what kind of allowance they're going to be given, things like that. Do they always get paid? No. Like if you, let's say there's an event that's like right down the street from me, I'm going to show up. It's free. I'm going to work. I'm still going to sell like prints, things like that, sign them. And do I always get an allowance? No, it really just depends. But the bigger kinds, that is something that, like, transportation, allowance for food, not including the income that you receive as a result of appearing. But that's like really big conventions, right? But the booking agent, normally I tell people, if you can get one, get one. Like, don't do it don't do it yourself if you don't have to, because the booking agents will fight for you to get the best possible outcome available.
Wow.
So that's what I'm eventually leading to, because what I'm doing is I'm building a guest list to show that I go and I show up, right? Because it's corny, when you show up, you grow up. Well, the thing is I'm showing up to all these conventions as an actual guest. It's nothing's out of pocket. Like I am there. Like it's everything's
all
free for
expense
me.
paid, huh?
Yeah, and so it's not like for the ones I have to travel to, which I don't have to travel very far right now. I'm still growing. Like not a lot of people know who I am quite yet. I don't know if that'll change with Blackwin. It could. I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna
but
change as soon as this episode gets aired.
Oh, my Lanta. But the thing is that I'm going and I'm showing up to all these conventions so that I can show a booking agent that I'm bookable, so that they can eventually do it all for me, and then I just get on a plane and go.
Good shit.
So that's the plan anyway. So like I have all these plans in my head and I'm doing what I can to get to them, and it just takes time. Like, will it work out? I hope so. Like I have this plan, but you got to be very flexible if it doesn't. You can't be like, oh, my dream is all over, like this is the end of the world. Like I've been rejected plenty of times. It happens, but or you don't get emails back. One of the biggest conventions I have coming up next year, they had to move it to next year, is actually a local event, but I mean, they're going to be advertising me everywhere, and it's going to be insane the amount of advertising they're doing. But it's a really exciting time, because at that point the game's going to be out, or games, excuse me, multiple are going to be out, not including the work that I'm doing and getting, like the shows that I'm in, things like that. So there's a lot of great things that are happening. It's just a process, and being patient and not overwhelming myself with too much and having too many irons in the fire. I'm taking it like day by day almost. You know what I mean? Like I have, I am very organized. I have a planner, you guys. Like, yeah, I sound like a mom. But I have a planner because I have to stay organized. I have to make sure that I'm using my time correctly, because there's so much going on that every minute serves a purpose. If I'm not taking a break, I do take breaks, for mental health days and things like that. But on the days that I work, I wouldn't necessarily say it's hustle, because I don't necessarily agree with hustle culture. It's more of like, I find something successful that day. Well, hustle culture just means that you work until you die.
Oh, you mean the Japanese?
The grind.
I do have one thing wrong with the things that you said. I will not appreciate this planner slander. Planners are valid.
The best
absolutely.
at the craft store. with the
Oh, wait.
stickers.
Oh
The
yeah.
big ones that are like the size of like the teacher's ones. Yeah, I got that one. I don't get the little planners either. I got the ones where you can like draw and you have sticker. Yeah, I
This
love
is
this
why you're a
planner.
queen.
You don't mess around.
No, it like I love it. It's like I'm not an artist. I wish I was, but like I love to doodle in it. I love to write in it, and I keep them afterwards so that I can look back and say this is what I did. It keeps me organized because I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I sometimes it gets so much that if I didn't have my planner, the ball would drop because I just don't remember things, and so the planner's there to be like, "Hey, do you remember that appointment that you booked 3 months ago for this? Well, it's coming up like tomorrow."
Yeah.
Like, oh,
No, it's
you know,
very
but
important.
yeah, so that's kind of like how I stay organized, and I utilize, I break up my times. But life does happen, especially with COVID. I am still learning the ropes with how to balance my life around it right now. The hardest thing that's happening right now is we just had COVID, right? And
Oh, that's right.
and then that was last month. And then this month they quarantined my daughter because she was exposed at school. And so it's just like
Oh my
never
God.
ending. Yeah, so she's home on doing virtual and she has autism, and so it's like really difficult for her to do virtual. Like she can't sit down and stay focused for virtual. So it's been a struggle, but the thing is that even though it's a struggle, I am learning to just, be kind to myself because there are going to be auditions that I'm not going to be able to do. There are going to be times where I'm going to feel like, oh, I should have done more this day, but some days you just can't, and you just have to be okay with that and just give yourself the time that you need, because eventually that day will come where it's just like something amazing happens. And like you were saying earlier, Andre, it's normally never when you're like hustling. It happens kind of like out of the blue when you think when it's too quiet,
Yeah.
And
Oh
that's why
yeah.
I do Twitch streaming if it's too quiet. And what I consider too quiet is not having too much on the books with voice acting. And so my Twitch streaming is also a nice way for me to bring in income for me to stay home and watch my daughter and things like that.
I thought you were gonna
So
say watch TV.
no, but I do sit at a computer and watch the screen a lot for whatever it
That's
is
true.
I'm doing. So I don't think I'm gonna want to like add TV to my list
Right.
because there are times where I would like to stand and stretch, please.
No,
Yes,
absolutely.
please.
Yeah.
But
No, we
but
are
I
as a human race, we are going to lose our ability to walk, and we're all just going to be hunchbacks as evolution goes on.
yeah, so everything that I do revolves around my brand. And I tell people, I was like, when you get into voice acting, when you get into Twitch streaming, I have a different brand for Twitch streaming. It's Rainbow Mike Gaming.
Right.
But it's all part of the umbrella of Mercedes Lewis voiceovers. It's all part of that. It's just that I have split it because I don't want people to get confused. People were getting confused. They're like, wait a minute, is she even voice acting anymore, or is she Twitch streamer now? And it's like, I'm both.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But some people don't realize that because unfortunately, as a voice actor, you have so many agreements where you can't talk about anything until it happens, until you're
Right.
given permission to,
Right.
that it may look like you're not doing anything.
And so many projects just end up not, being public
or
ever.
yeah,
They
that
just
or
stop.
sometimes the projects unfortunately can't get funded because of events like
Right.
COVID, or like all sorts of things happen behind the scenes that we can't talk about. But it's like while we're doing that, I just split the brands up so that people can understand that I have a gaming brand and a voice acting brand, and they can go to me whichever. I operate both of them the same, with the same amount of energy. I love them both. So people can approach me whichever way they want, because I put so much time and energy into both brands that I take pride in them, and I'm cool with representing both of them. And it gets confusing sometimes because people are like, well, are you this or are you this? And I'm like, both. Or are you this or this? Yes. So
Everything.
Atta girl.
I have all of that, but yeah, so I mean, they all blend together. I have created a business plan that makes it so that they blend together, that there's a purpose for it. It's just that it's harder to explain it to the outside because people don't see like the plans and things that I have in my brain with all of it, But
No, people don't
but no,
understand. They don't go to Michael's and buy a giant planner and put stickers on it. They just don't get it.
Those stickers are the best thing ever, but I have to hide them from my kid, okay? Because she loves
The
them just as much
stickers are
as I
the
do.
backbone of any economy.
But these planners, though, they are expensive unless you get them on sale. Because I like to go for like the clearances, and I got mine for like $15, and it's worth $40.
My
So you just
God.
Yeah, you
How
just
much of the wall does that thing cover?
Yes.
it's a big binder, but it's huge, but it's the best planner I've ever owned.
I'm just
and
imagining like it takes up like your entire fridge, or not even that, just like your whole living room wall or something.
just imagine a textbook in college, but it's not as big as the ones
Right.
like a thin textbook. That's kind of like what it is. It's amazing. I love it.
Like instead of
So-
wallpaper, I just have my planner, you know?
But yeah, that's what I do. A lot of, the Twitch and the voice acting. That's the biggest thing. And I hope I answered a lot of questions as far as that goes. But there's so much I can get into. Like there's so much information for both of them that I could totally up to you guys what you want me to share.
Oh, I mean, information. I mean, like, let's not have you blow all your chunks here. Like, don't like take your,
Oh,
don't take all
Wow.
the stuff that you want to save for your Twitch class and say it here. Like, we want to save that for your Twitch class.
you would think, but
I
there's
would.
so much information. There's
Yes.
too much information.
Too much information.
I can share whatever right now, and it still won't be enough for that class that's going to be happening tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's happening tomorrow.
Future viewers, it probably already happened at this
Okay,
point.
yeah, no, it definitely. This isn't going up before tomorrow. That's no. We haven't even put up the first 3, which are going to drop at the same time. And like
That's incredible, though. I was excited for you guys.
oh, thanks,
awesome.
thanks. So I'm we. So are I.
Yeah, you got it.
I got it. Absolutely.
Proud of you.
Got it.
Thank you. See, like, listen to this. I got such a great support, babe. We support each other here.
Yes, high five.
Yeah.
Support
yeah.
is key to a lot of things.
Ow!
That was
Shit.
a
Sorry.
big smack. What was that?
So I missed his hand, and my hand
Hit my
kept going, and I
face.
hit him in the face. It was not on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Really hurt.
That was totally on purpose.
What? No.
Yeah,
It was a high five,
I did it on purpose.
He
I'll
grabbed
get
my
the-
hand and
I'll
kept
get the
pushing.
band-aids.
Yeah,
My
broke
hand is
skin.
not-
Are they the
These
Hello
razor
Kitty
sharp
ones? This is
palms.
important.
Yes, the Hello Kitty ones.
No, okay, that brings up a question. All right, Mercedes, this is a good interview question. Do you ever just find these like cuts and shit on your hands that you're like, I don't know how this got here?
How is this a good interview question?
I just
Send it,
got
please.
one today. Today. I don't even know what I was doing. I have a cut.
Oh no!
No, it's on my neck. Never mind. It's on my neck. I don't know what I was doing. I wasn't doing anything related to my neck today, and there's a cut. I saw it when I was. It was what? Where did this come from? Who did I
Did you
hurt?
shave?
I don't have beard. I'm beardless. I'm cursed and
What
blessed
about
at the
like
same
the
time.
aftershave though? Like the after the.
Why would there be
5 o'clock?
aftershave?
Like, do you
I was cursed with no facial hair genes and blessed with no facial hair genes.
So
I
it's
don't have to buy
definitely
razors. I did not cut myself shaving. No,
Alright,
this
no.
is
Oh my
not that
goodness.
kind.
Look, all of this prior to right
Here's
now.
the thing. I will know if I cut my hands because for some reason my hands, I'm a baby when it comes to like anything with my hands. Okay.
Really?
It's like when like the parts where you don't really feel like the arm or something.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
sometimes that'll
yeah,
happen.
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. When you're just like,
Yeah.
how did this get here? Like suddenly, like you notice that you're bleeding on something, and you're like, oh, how did that happen? Yeah,
I've had
you know?
that happen with my foot and my
Yeah.
leg recently where I'm just like, but I will have those moments because normally I'm rushing around and then I realize I somehow
Right.
hit something on the way.
Yeah, exactly. And then sometimes
And
you'll pick up a toe off the ground. You'll be like, whose toe is this? And then you'll realize that it's yours. And
I don't know what you're going through right now, but I definitely don't want that. That sounds like a horror
Is this something
story
you're
right
not-
now.
No, this is just this is what I really wanted to get to. All that stuff, like I was just kind of biding my time, getting you more comfortable to answering questions, so we could get to the real questions
The
of
meat and
the interview can
potatoes.
actually begin now. Is what I'm saying.
Yes.
So
Okay.
So Mercedes, I
Exactly.
have a very serious question.
Okay.
This is like a cry for help.
Pineapple does not go in pizza.
Get out. I'm
that's
sorry.
no, that's not the safe. Pickle is the safe word, not
You got it,
pineapple.
Pineapple's delicious. But okay,
Alright.
continuing.
I can't believe
Jesus.
They
it.
are delicious.
All right. If at any
None
point,
of-
Mercedes, that if you need the safe word, you need to say pickle. Go ahead and say pickle, and I will
Pickle.
just and okay. All right. Yeah.
Immediately.
All right.
No hesitation.
There's no more. This is none of this is going up. This is all getting cut. We're gonna have to redo this another time. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Simulation. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh my god.
So back to Sephiroth. No.
Listen.
You mean
Listen.
Tyler Chillin'?
Don't tempt me with an even better time with Sephiroth topic.
All right, guys. This is too dirty for my taste. We can't.
Are
edit
you
this here.
sure? I don't
I don't think it's dirty enough.
I don't
Yeah,
know what's
you've
going on
done way worse.
All right, this is a PG podcast, okay? Mercedes, I don't appreciate you coming
Listen,
on here,
Fine.
turning into
Listen.
some smut.
Listen,
Don't
Listen,
feed her lies.
listen, Linda. I'm a PG brand.
I was gonna say we lost PG privileges a long
Yeah,
time ago.
I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
has anyone ever
Episode
complained?
one.
Mention Sephiroth and it's over.
Has anyone ever complained on your podcast, or not podcast? I mean, like on your Twitch stream, and been like, "Excuse me, Miss Rainbow Mike, but I didn't appreciate when you said making us poopy. That is not appropriate for my daughter who watches your stream."
Oh, those ghosties be spoopy, making us poop.
I'm gonna have to bleep that. You can't say that.
I'm gonna have to believe
Why
that.
did TikTok have to make that one blow up out of all of them? And when I mean blow up, I'm like a loser on TikTok, but still, it's like, why that one? Why that one? Out of all the other ones that are cool, why that one?
You'd be surprised.
I know.
Because it's stupid, and that's why it blows up.
Yeah.
You think
It was
cool
so-
things
It
blow up on
rhymes.
TikTok?
It rhymes too.
Yeah, it rhymes. That's part of the algorithm. That's like the main thing. Look, my dad works for TikTok. Okay, that's the main thing in the algorithm. If something rhymes,
Yes, and my
it
uncle
picks
is
up on
his
it.
dad.
Like
Yes.
a seizure or something? What the fuck is happening right now?
But it's kind of interesting too, because you don't, it's eye of the beholder. You don't know what your audience will and won't like.
And that's a
What do we
risk that
ask
you
the
have to be
audience?
willing to take.
Mercedes, outside of bots, serious question. I mean, these have all been serious questions, but like outside of bots, like
Uh-huh.
what do you ever have to deal with like humans who are like giving you like hate comments and stuff?
That's a little tricky of a question because it's kind of like after a certain point, certain individuals feel like they have a certain privilege to act a certain way, like act kind of inappropriate or get a little possessive and ask why I'm doing this, that, the other, because people will want to be in your presence, they want your time. And what I do when situations like that happen, not everybody does this. A lot of people get freaked out and they're like, ban me. I educate them and say, hey, this is a little inappropriate. This is a warning. I want to educate you on why this is inappropriate. If, I have boundaries and that boundary was crossed by you saying that or doing that, whatever it is that whatever rule they broke. Because we have rules for a reason. It's not just there to, be, hey, here's some rules. It's actually to
Right.
protect us.
Right.
But unfortunately, I've had plenty of people that were like, super demanding of certain things and just like asking me the most inappropriate questions when I didn't even know them. Like, do you love me? And I'm like, me being an introvert and being shy already in person versus like on the internet, podcast, things like that. This is like my element. I'm very comfortable, but like when I'm out there in person, I'm naturally an introvert. I'm very like I
Interesting.
love people, but I do have this shy side to me that I have to really push past when I'm around people. Like I can do it. I've practiced over the years. I've had plenty of jobs that have exposed me to practicing that, but naturally I am shy. So when somebody is like that I don't know is like, do you love me? I'm just like,
Mhm.
like publicly and trying to get an answer out of me and trying to rile me up in front of an audience. That's
Right.
a little weird. And I've had situations like that happen, unfortunately. But I have a team of mods for a reason because I know that the more you get out there, the more people know you, the more that you do, there are going to be situations, unfortunately, that you'll have to come across. Hopefully, none. But I've not been as lucky when
Right.
it comes to that, where you will have you or your team step in and say this is crossing the line, like and that's why we unfortunately have safe words, or we'll be like, hey, can you time them out because they're really they're being this way. And what we do is when we time people out, we don't just do it and then they don't know why. we
Right.
will address it with them right then and there and give them the opportunity to fix their issue. And if they still become like a problem, then they're gone. But we try to educate everybody before we do that so that people understand that I am human. I have boundaries. I don't like when those boundaries are crossed. I'm going to tell you when you cross it. And if you do it again, that's you being disrespectful to me after being told what my boundary is, and then you're out, you know?
Yeah.
And so we have not, knock on wood. Do I have any wood? Yes, I do. Here we go. I was like, do I have wood? There's a lot
Are
of
you
metal
sure that's
here.
wood?
Yes, well,
Sometimes they're
probably
fake
not.
wood, you know, like
Actually, no, this is the what the Neumann came in, so it's definitely wood.
okay.
Um,
Oh yeah.
it
I mean,
was
that's what you're paying for. You're not even paying for the microphone when
I'm
you get the
paying for
Neumann. You're
the
paying for
case.
the damn case that it comes in.
It was like a treasure chest, opening a treasure chest, and like the heavens fell upon me when I was
Yeah.
looking at that microphone. I was like, "Ah!" I was like,
Yeah.
what?
It's like it's
Oh my God.
glowing when you open it.
Exactly.
Now, okay.
But for real though, we've been lucky enough to where we haven't had to ban anybody to the point where normally most people, after they are talked to, most people will respect those boundaries. And of course, God willing, I don't get put in this situation. But if they do continue, then that's when we're like done. And those are just things that we prepare for ahead of time. I don't go into streaming or voice acting without a plan for this kind of stuff because I also have a family that I want to keep safe. You know, I love what I do. I love interacting. I love people. Even though I'm naturally introverted, I still love people, but I also have to protect myself and my family from the scary part of the internet, which will happen a lot more often because of the fact the more people that know you, the more you're exposed to things you're not used to being exposed to, and you just have to learn how to protect yourself around that.
It's weird to think that people feel entitled to your time and attention as a personality on the internet or anything else.
The thing is that after a certain while, it's like you're not thought of as necessarily as like a person. It's more of like an idol and that's being worshipped, and that's not what I'm about. Like I'm just like, nah, like please don't treat me like that. I am a normal human being. I am a wife and mom.
Yeah, she's only a queen, for God's sake.
I'm
She's
not-
only royalty.
Apparently an alien
Get down.
queen.
Get your pedestals out of here.
An alien queen, yes. But besides that, I consider myself one of the most normal people I know, but sometimes that barrier that is crossed, and it was definitely a shock at first when that happened. I didn't know what to do, and normally when you're not like you could prepare so much, but sometimes when it happens, your emotions are high. It's unexpected. It normally happens when you're most vulnerable. And it was one of those situations where I was very vulnerable. I felt like I was being put in a very uncomfortable spot. But once we addressed it with certain individuals that have crossed that barrier, and normally it would be like borderline inappropriate. It's not like, oh, I want your time, like, but I'm too busy. It's more of like they're very very inappropriate and disrespectful to my boundaries, me being a wife, and things like that are like, hey, I've told you, please don't say those things, like that's inappropriate, and things like that are just like, whoa. And that's why we create those boundaries, and I am not afraid to say no anymore, because at first, when I first started all of this, I was like, I can't say no. Oh yeah, I say no now, because I know that if I don't, I'm gonna get sucked into some trouble, and it's okay to say no. Like I tell people, no is not a negative. No just means that you are protecting yourself from something that could be really bad. So don't view no necessarily as a negative. View it as your way of saying either not right now because you're not ready to make a big decision, or no as in like you can't do that. That's not okay. Like those boundaries are there to protect you, not to make you a bad person. It's just that unfortunately some people, they don't see you as a regular person, and so you have to create those boundaries and let them know, hey, I am still human. Please don't idolize me. Please don't like become possessive of me and keep tabs on me in a way that I feel like you're stalking me, things like that. And we haven't had to ban anybody so far in the community, because everybody in the community that we've had a problem with, they've been very respectful after we've talked to them. Like we always believe in talking to them first. And of course, blatant disrespect, that's a given. You're out, done. But normally when it's like subjective and we can analyze it and be like, well, that could make me feel this way, but maybe they didn't mean it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we address it and we're like, listen, this is kind of like this isn't okay. So we have to be very selective on how we do it, though. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you have to be a critical thinker with this kind of thing. It can be very stressful sometimes, but ultimately critical thinking has really saved my butt, because I don't believe in immediately being like ban, disconnect, block. I always try to give people like the opportunity to rectify something that they've done to make me uncomfortable, or like I said, if it's blatant and they have no respect for me, then that's a given. Like you have to push me to that point for me to be that way, and I'm normally not, thank goodness. So
absolutely.
But it can get scary. It can get scary for us in the industry on both sides, both streaming and voice acting. It can be very scary. And that's why I tell people, make sure you have things in place that protect you.
Yeah, like your gun. Now, we're coming up on time here pretty quick, but
yeah.
But before that, I just had one more question, and then this one it's also pretty heavy. So actually, like, yeah, feel free to let me know, like, if it's if it's too far, you can just say no. Like you were just saying, you can say no, I'm not going to answer that. But do you think it's better to brush your teeth before or after breakfast?
Before.
After. What? Why before?
Well, my routine is not like most people, because normally the morning time is when I record, and so I brush my teeth. They say that when you brush your teeth, it helps with the saliva before you're recording. So I brush my teeth prior to anything. And then I do my thing, and then I actually fast in the morning. So like I said, I'll do it before, and then I'll eat after, and it's all good. It's all gravy. But the most important thing is that you, especially at night, brush out everything that you got in there. Candies, chips. If you like junk food like I do, because I'm like a little kid, I eat like my child does. Brush your teeth at night. That's pretty important too. But if you could do it twice a day, awesome. I'm sounding like a dentist. But for real, when you're recording, though,
so your mic is rainbow because you got all that candy in your teeth when you're like screaming all over it, and
I
it all
do eat rainbow
splatters out on
candy.
you, and then it gets onto your mic. So now your mic's all
I
rainbow
am not
colored.
afraid to admit that I love the Airhead rainbow sour strips. So yes, I do eat rainbow candy. Do I get it on my mic?
Have you tried
No.
the Sweet Tart ropes yet?
No. Are they good?
They're so good.
I'm pretty open-minded, so I'll probably be trying it. If it's at the gas station, I will eat it.
Have you guys tried like the candy nerd ropes?
Oh yes, those are really good. I like those. The only thing is that they're very hard. So like I have to be in the mood for hard candy. I'm more of like the soft, like the easy to chew.
Then you would like the Sweet Tart ropes. Get the tropical flavored ones. The strawberry ones are okay, but the tropical ones are where it is at.
I'm gonna definitely check that out. I like candy, so.
All right.
Can we get her a gift basket? Do we have gift baskets?
No, y'all don't have to.
I don't.
Get on that.
I will go to the store and check it out.
Feather will be sending you a gift basket from Florida. So be expecting that within the next.
Is a gift in itself, so no gift
so.
Baskets for me.
Okay, thank God. Jeez. All right.
Save your money. It's okay. I'm cheap, so save your money. Budget responsibly. Don't spend it on me. It's all good.
I think that's a fantastic closing statement. Everyone listening, don't spend your money on Mercedes. Now, thank you so much for coming on to the show, Mercedes. It's wonderful. You are wonderful, and I love you and I adore you.
I love
and
you too.
You are
You're
just
wonderful.
Thank you, and you are just one of the nicest people that I've met in this industry, and it is an industry full of very nice people. So. I love talking with you.
That's so nice of you to say. Like, I don't even feel like I deserve that. Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Well, you deserve that. You just don't deserve. You don't deserve a gift basket apparently, but you do deserve the thanks and then the appreciation.
That means a lot to me in itself. So
great.
He's like,
if we had the capability of getting you a gift basket, we would.
Oh my goodness!
I mean,
don't even worry.
I'm the closest one. Like,
okay, so Kat's getting you.
All right, look, Feather's the only one who's been bringing this up over and over. So like,
here, I'll get. I'm Mercedes. I'm the state above you, so I literally could drive down and give you a gift basket.
Oh, get me
That's
up
gonna
there
do
in
it.
North Carolina. Get me there at a convention if you know any
Okay,
owners.
okay.
I will talk to them. I don't care.
The best Comic Con you should go to is Raleigh SuperCon, or well, it's called GalaxyCon now. But all
I've
like
been
it's
there.
the
That's
best.
how I met George Newbern, Sephiroth.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it is.
oh,
It's literally
wait! I went there too.
you.
I got his autograph.
Yeah, I shook so badly that I almost passed out. I have never fangirled so much in my life. And I told him I bought him a Superman pin. I had to leave for like 2 hours because I was like I was starstruck and I could not breathe.
Are you
And
serious?
I've
believe it,
never
the same
I'm being
convention.
really honest right now because meeting him was one of the most pivotal moments of my life because I lost 85 pounds at that point because I told myself as a gift to myself for getting in shape, getting healthy, losing weight. I told myself if I could do it in a certain time period that I would meet George Newbern, who I just absolutely adore. And I got to meet him as a result because I did it. I accomplished that.
Nice.
And so after I was starstruck, I was shaking violently. Bless this man's heart. He was so graceful with me. He is like an inspiration to me. I want to be as graceful as him because he was so kind to me. I did not deserve it. So when I left for 2 hours because I could barely breathe, my friend was laughing at me trying to hold it together. Like she was just like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm not okay." So it took me 2 hours to get back there, but I bought him a Superman pin because he voices Superman from the animated series of Justice League. And I told him he was my hero. I said, you know, I have gone through a lot of things in life and your voice has really like saved my life. So thank you for being one of my heroes and one of the most inspiring people I've ever met. And I was like, "May I hug you?" And he was just like, "Of course." And it was just like the most amazing experience of my life. And because of that 2 months later, I believe that was in July, October, November. Yeah, 4 months after that's when I started voice acting after meeting him.
And as you hugged him, you felt your feet lift off the ground, and he had just started flying into the air.
And then all of a sudden,
Makes
the
sense
one-winged
now. You have
angel
more
blood
starts
sugar.
playing.
Dun, 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 dun.
And you guys were like 80 feet up in the air.
Xbox Jim Carrey.
Did
By
you
Mock and
song?
Cheese.
I think we were because it was in 2019.
Oh wait, no, I went to a con this year that had him there.
Oh, he might have been there too. Yeah, was he there this year? Gosh, I
Yes,
wish
he
everybody
was.
is. He's so nice.
I'm pretty sure it's the same voice actor because there's this giant line and everyone has Superman merchandise, but I was the only one with a Sephiroth action figure. And then as soon as I walked up, he jumped in his chair. He was so excited seeing the Sephiroth action figure and signed it.
Isn't he like the most amazing person ever? He's just so nice. And you know what, you guys, I did message him later on and letting him know I became a voice actor and thanked him for inspiring me.
Wow.
And he was like, and he did say congrats. Like he actually messaged me back and was like, congrats. I was like, I don't know if you remember me. I was the really crazy, almost passed out girl. I'm really sorry, but I was the one that gave you the Superman pin. I just want to let you know that I started voice acting. I'm really excited. It's really crazy. Thank you for inspiring me. So, and I haven't messaged him since. That was almost 2 years ago. It's
Did
going to
he
be 2 years in
respond?
October. He did respond. He said, congrats.
He said, "Oh yeah, I remember you. You're the one who like I started flying with." And he was, and then he was like, as a side, it was like he said, "I had never done that before. I was kind of freaking out when it happened. I've never been able to do it since. That was very completely inexplicable."
I'm pretty
All right, cool.
So that was, but I'm sorry. I get it on a tangent, but let me tell you,
cool.
it just takes one good person to really like. He was one of those people that really, meeting him really gave me the courage to pursue everything that I've been doing at this point. Like that's how important meeting him was. Yeah. So I mean, everybody does have that one person or however many, but he was that one person in my life that I was like, I really want to meet him because he's really like his voice really helped me. And then meeting him and seeing how graceful he was and how kind he was really inspired me and made me feel like, well, maybe my voice can help somebody one day. Maybe I can do what he did. And then the whole Final Fantasy VII remake stuff started blowing up and saying, hey, it's coming out next year. And I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Look, your voice is already helping people. It's helping me right now.
Sober up, hopefully. I'm just kidding. My God's helping me sober up because you're boring.
Never drunk. Never drunk. I really had you guys going. Boy, don't you feel silly. All right, well, that was Mercedes Lewis VO, everyone. Thank you for coming on the show once again, and this was a absolutely wonderful conversation. I'd love to have you back sometime. Maybe we'll do another one of these, because there's just always so much more to talk about.
I talk a lot. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, if you, the listeners, want to see or hear more of Mercedes, where can they go?
Literally every social media is Mercedes Lewis VO for voice acting, and every social media for Rainbow Mike Gaming is Rainbow MIC Gaming, all one word. And Twitter's the only one where it's like Gamin with no G at the end.
Really?
But other than that, yeah, I know it's horrible. Somebody here took it. I was like so upset. But no, you can find me on either, or if you want to do Twitch voice acting, both, whichever. But yeah, Mercedes Lewis VO for that, and then Rainbow Mike Gaming, or without a G if it's Twitter, because Twitter it was alright.
Yeah, and check out Blackwind when that comes out, and then check out, what's the other one? Clunko?
Clunky Hero.
Yeah. Yeah.
Check it's a funny one. I think you would really like that one. It's up your alley.
Oh, sure. Definitely. Yeah. What's it? Clumbo's World?
Clumbo's World.
Yeah, check out Clumbo's World when it comes out very soon on the Nintendo 3DS.
Don't be giving false advertising here.
It's not. That is the real advertising for the real game that's really coming out on the Nintendo Game Boy Color.
Is it a real game?
We don't listen to him.
Just
listen, if y'all told me that gullible was in the dictionary right now, I would look it up.
Don't.
It is in the dictionary.
Because I'm falling for it.
No,
Andre.
Dang it! What happened to this friendship? It's full of lies and deceit.
Oh yeah.
Friendships are.
All right, that's it. Hold on, okay? Because you guys are trying to tell me that Mercedes was saying this and Mercedes was doing that while I was gone for like 1 minute from my microphone, because I had to go take a pee. I had to get to take a pee. I was holding it in that whole time. All right. So you guys are trying to tell.
At what point did you decide that you hate us?
What the fuck is this? What is this? Where's this coming from?
I don't know anymore.
Good question.
I don't think I know you anymore.
I have. Well, then you never knew me.
Oh no.
Clearly.
What is this? I feel like I'm in some like mid 2000s like melodrama movie. Like what is happening here?
But when we are apart,
I like how Zozane has the music ready.
Yeah, Zozane, give us a really like one of those somber, like it's over, kind of like backings.
It's over, isn't
hit us with one of those.
Isn't
it?
I don't got one of those.
Isn't it over?
I don't got one of those.
Like what?
I'll just keep doing what I was doing.
Can
Yeah,
you play
do that.
True Colors?
All right, no. Hold on. Just do what you were doing. I just don't know. I don't know if I can do this anymore. All right.
Fuck.
I don't think
No, you have to keep going. No, you
in
have to
the
keep going,
beginning,
Zozane.
but-
Wait, hold on. We're doing this. It's just, it feels like whenever I see you, all I can see is someone I don't know anymore. We used to be special. We used to be the best of friends, and it's just, when I hear your voice, I feel like you're so distant now. Like you're in some tunnel, far away, and we'll just never...
really good.
Keep going, I'm eating popcorn.
You never used to eat popcorn during our conversations before. I always had your undivided attention, and now I just don't know anymore. Is that all I am to you? I'm just a mid-2000s melodramatic romance flick? Is that all I am?
Yeah, basically.
I also don't know who you are. You go off without telling us and disappear, and we find out you went to the bathroom. I don't know you anymore.
How many domestic fights am I having right now?
All of
Like
them.
4.
Oh my god. And now you've both found out that I'm a polygamist?
What?
Everything just coming to a head all at once. This is the climax of the movie, and it's all just showing up and I just don't know how to deal with it. I don't know how to express my feelings.
Do you need do we need to spend time apart?
I need an Oscar. That's what I need. I'm trying to go for an Oscar here.
Yeah.
You are really
You need to be mauled by a bear for that to happen.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. I need to do countless like renowned, wonderful performances for like 2
Gatsby,
decades.
The Potted,
And then
Inception.
yeah, I need to do that first,
Once
and
Upon a
then I
Time in
need to
Hollywood.
get then I need to get mauled by a bear. That's how it works. Yeah, that's how the Academy
really
works.
liked how you got attacked by that animal. That was amazing.
I really like Shutter Island though.
That was a good one.
Oh,
But he didn't get it for that either, did he? Nope.
No,
He got it for being mauled
there
by
were no
the bear.
bears.
Yeah, there's no bears in Shutter Island. Have you seen the
the
meme of...
bears are running the Oscars.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
that's what
the
people mean when
really
they say
early
Jews
days.
run the Hollywood. They mean the bears. That's where all the bears. They're not going extinct. It's just that they're all hiding in Hollywood somewhere inside of buildings.
Who was going
When
extinct?
people
The
say
bears or
the
Jewish
Academy, they're talking about the grizzly bears
people? Oh my God.
that are all holed up in Hollywood. Those
So
are the
bears
elitists.
Jewish.
I thought
Are
it
you
was the
saying
polar
the bears are
bears.
Jewish?
No,
What? No. We have the polar bears. The U.S. doesn't have polar bears, and everybody knows the U.S. is the base of all places.
we melted the ice caps years ago. There are no polar bears.
That's why they're hiding in Hollywood.
Exactly.
I thought it was.
We've been
yeah.
comrades.
I mean, Russia does have polar bear, but I think grizzly bear is more visible, so people see it easier.
Yeah. So that was our first interview with a person. How do you guys think that went?
I think it went good.
Yeah, it was good up until she said she didn't like pineapples on pizza. Everything else
yeah.
was.
Pretty fun time. I think I want to do that again. I want to have more guests on. And I was serious. I think Mercedes would be a good one to have as a reoccurring guest every once in a while. Who knows?
I agree. We could invite Greg.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. If Feather, if you know any other artists who like being on podcasts and who would be a good talk.
Any of them, just fucking.
But are they good at
let me know.
talking? They need to be good at like talking and interviewing
Yeah.
and
We
or
don't
just
need
talking.
wallflowers.
Well, honestly, this kind of podcast, I think it's better if they're not good at talking.
But I don't want to scare them. See, I knew I could mess around with
You won't
Mercedes
scare
because
them.
like she and I are already friends and
We will not scare these people.
really.
Well, that's just a challenge.
Yeah, that's a challenge now. See, now I want to scare them. Yeah, you shouldn't have said that.
All right.
Yeah.